So I want to tell you about the grading scheme that I'm thinking about using for the class, and I'd like to know what you think about it. Imagine that the whole class, there are 100 points to be earned. And imagine it's a little bit like a video game, that you can earn these points by different activities. So if we were to draw a picture of what this looked like, it would look like this. It would be a sort of an area that was 10 by 10 to represent 100 points. So 10 points by 100 by 10 points. And then half of the points you'd earn through demonstrating mastery of the concepts in physics. And then the other half you'd earn through integrating those ideas into the other sustained courses or into your project. And the way this would happen on this side would be through something I call quests. So to get the points, you would go on quests that you would propose, and those quests would result in integrating the material into other classes or into your project. Now the mastery would be demonstrated through a set of online quizzes in the concepts, and you'll have 3 chances to take the quizzes, and you'll take your highest score. So you'll get an opportunity to take the quiz, to fail it, and see what if you want to, and see what you learned, and then take it again until you master the understanding of the concept. Now I'd sort of like about half of the points to go towards essentially experiments in your own life. So, and I'll give you an example of what that might look like. So let me give you, I have a few criteria that the quest must adhere to, and they're on the PolyLearn site. They are the following: that the quests have to integrate something you've learned in this class into your project and another sustained course. They must result in your own growth, or be experiments in your own life. They must contribute to the well-being of the project in some way that you identify. This could be really broad. It could be something like helping you better understand the way you think about things. That would help your team, I'm sure. They can earn you bonus points for mastery of the concepts if you desire, and they do that by having correct inclusion of the accurate inclusion of the physics. Now you can fail on this, and you don't lose points. So, for example, let's say you plan to do something about energy, and it's actually not sort of physically correct. So what? You tried it. You still get the points for the mastery. You might not get you still get the points for the quest, but you might not get the bonus points for the mastery. And the one other criteria is they must be posted somehow on your e-portfolio. So that particular quest. Let's say in a class they ask you to, let's say in English, you're asked to do a blog. That blog can become a quest of yours that you propose. You just have to make sure you outline the characteristics of it that fit these criteria. And you can see here that I described the process of going on a quest. It can be iterative. I can work with you to define it. So an example of a quest that you might go on. Let's say you decided to go on a quest that involved a fast of energy, of fossil fuels specifically. So you decided you weren't going to intentionally use fossil fuels for 5 days or however many days, and you would observe yourself around and your thoughts around this experiment. So as you can see, this is kind of a first-person research experiment where you're watching your own thoughts, you're recording them. And let's say you decide to do some background research in addition to this about fossil fuels, maybe something we're not learning in the class, but you add to it. And you record what you learn, and you propose that this quest will help your team by increasing your self-awareness about your own thoughts and your ability to see into your own thoughts. Perfect quest. Let's say this particular quest, you propose it for 20 points. Now, the one thing about quests is they have the potential to actually result in bonus points that for mastery. So this particular quest, you could gain points on this side, like extra credit for learning something about physics, or correctly demonstrating something about the energy understanding. So that's an example of one quest. Another example might be, let's say you're asked to write a 1 to 2 page analysis using primary sources from a historical movement, social movement in your history class, let's say. And you choose communal living, and you suspect this will take you about 5 hours. So you propose it for 10 points. So here's a rule of thumb that there about 5 hours is about equivalent to a 10-point quest. So you propose it'll help you better understand the history of communal living, and you happen to be at your project is the Oak Creek Commons. So you propose this will help you in your project because you're working with them, and they are a communal living situation. So it's going to help you better understand your clients. Okay, that's great. And in your analysis, you look for themes of energy relating to the communal living situation or their relationship to energy.